Hey, YouTube fitness people, Brent again, weightlifting simplified. I'm doing a arm routine, just crunching, blasting those biceps. I'm gonna do a seated cable curl that affects the long and short head of the bicep. Really a good way to start this movement off. It gets that blood going into your biceps, gets them nice and pumped up and ready to go. Then we're going to do a flat bench supine dumbbell curl. I don't know if you guys have seen this before or tried this before, but this movement, done with a lighter weight, time under tension, your biceps will be screaming. You definitely got to try that one. And then we'll finish off with a hammer curl. I'm going to do a seated preacher curl movement on this one. Dumbbell, of course, but this one's going to handle that width of the bicep and the brachialis muscle that goes down the forearm here. We're going to get after it today, guys. We're going to focus on that time under tension, that mind-muscle connection. We're going to do it. We're going to focus on that stretch position, focus on that peak. We're going to get these biceps screaming. All right, let's get to it. Okay, guys, exercise number 1, seated cable curl. Emphasis on this is the stretch at the back. Keep your elbows back at all times. Just moving your forearms. And squeeze. Focus on that contraction. Do not let your elbows come forward on this. Keep your elbows tight and inside. Feel the stretch. Keep the shoulders out of it. Keep your scapulas retracted. Pull with your biceps. Keep that chest open. Pull with the bicep. Squeeze that peak. Keep those elbows tucked back. Open up those biceps to maximum tension. Squeeze. The stretch bias on this is pretty great. Hear that stretch mediated hypertrophy. You get resistance in the whole range of motion from the stretch to the peak than you would dumbbells, because the cable pulls behind you and the dumbbells do not. Dumbbells go from, well, gravity pulls them down. There's no sideways movement to it. And cables are a lot safer than dumbbells. You really get that time under tension. Curl to the point of contraction. Should feel the handles where the cables hit the back of the arms. Keep those elbows back, tucked in when you come in. Keep those scapulas retracted. Nice stretch. Get that stretch. Get that full range of motion. And this really engages the biceps. Wow. So much resistance to the whole movement. It's awesome. Remember to breathe. Breathe out. Ah. Do those failure reps when you get to failure. Remember, you're pre-exhausting on the first stage. When you get to that second stage, you're exhausting. Get that stretch though. You can go a little quicker on the failure reps. Oh man. Those are a must-have. Jeez. My biceps are just on fire, filling with blood. Oh my gosh. You just don't get that pump on the first set of dumbbells. But you can do dumbbells, you can still get that time under tension. You just have to make sure the movement is correct. Focus on that peak, focus on that stretch. Okay guys, exercise number 2, flat bench dumbbell curl. You want to lay flat in supine position, arms down. You want to get those biceps in the full stretch. You get the highest force at that stretched position. That's exactly what you want. Come up in an arc, not with a lot of force, but slowly, controlled. If you can get 15 reps, and that's pretty good, but you really want to focus on the failure part. Always go to failure. Try getting that most stretch out of your bicep that you can. All right. Keep your elbows down. Now, if you haven't done these before, it's probably good with doing just 2 sets. Pick a lower weight because you want to access that time under tension. And get that full stretch. And make sure you breathe. Breathe out when you're coming up. And squeeze that bicep. This place is intense stress on those biceps. Squeeze the peak. Down on your eccentric move. Squeeze. If there is one exercise that you can do if your time is limited, this would be it. It checks all those mechanical boxes. Time under tension, less fatigue. You can really get that mind-muscle connection. And it will make you sore. It does blast those biceps. Doing barbell curls, it's really taxing when you're standing up. You really have to engage the core. It's so much more stress on that. Such more fatiguing. This movement here, I'd be screaming for your mama. Slow down on that eccentric. Control your movement. Big range of motion. Get that stretch. Always dig into that peak. Squeeze that peak. This will blast your biceps. Never had a bicep movement where I always get sore after I do them. Those partial reps. Slow down. Focus on that eccentric. Squeeze that peak. And you'll be on your way to bigger biceps. Try these out. I guarantee you're sore. All right, guys. Last bicep movement is the seated preacher hammer curl. This is going to add good width to the bicep and also work on that brachioradialis going down your forearm. It's always good to have a hammer curl in your routine. Focus on that peak. Just stretch as much as it does. Gripping it that way keeps your forearms out of it, except for the muscle you want to work. Engage your core. Focus those arms at the peak. And focus concentrating on those brachialis. Peaking. Slow on the eccentric as always. Breathe in and out. Always use a weight that you can use proper form. It's not ego lifting. You want that time under tension. So it works on the width of the bicep and your brachioradialis. It comes down into your forearm. Contract that peak, squeeze, and focus on that stretch. My arms are toast. Why do we focus on that time under tension? Because it drives more muscle response. It drives more stimulus to the muscle, which in turn drives more what? Drives more muscle growth, muscle hypertrophy. Focusing on the way you do movements, slow and controlled, is how you grow more muscle. Time under tension, squeezing that stretch, focusing on that peak. Don't allow your wrist to bend here either. Keep your arms straight. Get that nice stretch. Focus on doing the correct form. And you can do your failure reps. Ah, 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 ah. And failure reps can be done a little quicker. So the thing with failure reps, when you do your regular reps, you're pre-exhausting. You're pre-exhausting that muscle. Then when you get to your failure reps, your partial reps, you're really exhausting the muscle. You're giving everything you have to drive more stimulus, to drive more muscle growth. That's what it's all about. And you gotta use a light weight to do that. If you're using too heavy weights, you're not gonna get the reps you need. You're not gonna get your time under tension. So key in on these points and add them to your routines. You will definitely get more gains, more muscle gains out of it. Oh, YouTube fitness people, that was rough. My biceps are just screaming at me. Those 3 bicep movements, man, they get her done, don't they? Hell, you could do that flat bench where you're laying supine, those dumbbell curls. You could just do that and have an effective workout. Holy moly. But anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. This is Brent with Weightlifting Simplified. I'll see you on the next one.